You know that friend who used to wake up at 11 in the morning, have breakfast in bed while scrolling through Instagram, and now closes million-dollar deals by 8? Yes, she discovered something that you do not know yet, and no, it was not a sugar daddy. It was Anna Wintour who said that success smells like 4 a.m. coffee. Just kidding. She did not say that, but she could have, because this woman has been waking up at that hour for 30 years and runs the Vogue empire while playing tennis at 5:45. Tennis. While half the planet is still snoring with messy buns and animal print pajamas, Anna is already returning a backhand shot and deciding the trends you will be wearing 6 months from now. This is Carol here, and if you want to turn your elegance into something profitable, subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and leave that like that makes my heart beat faster than a double espresso at 5 in the morning. Today we are going to talk about something that I, Carol, 40 years old, a lover of sleep and official hater of alarm clocks, had to learn the hard way. Waking up early is not divine punishment, it is a privilege of those who understand the game. And believe me, I tried everything to avoid it. I even pretended to be a night owl. A lie. I was just lazy. But let me tell you something that very few people know. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, said that the book The Miracle Morning was like rocket fuel for his life. And the world boxing champion Layla Ali? She is a fan too. Mel Robbins? The same. All these millionaires and influential people have something in common. They discovered that the time between 5 and 8 in the morning is more valuable than Bitcoin in 2017. Do you know what impresses me the most? The author of the book, Hal Elrod, did not write it while sipping champagne in Monaco. No, the man nearly died at 20. His heart stopped for 6 minutes. Doctors said he would never walk again, but 3 weeks later he was back on his feet. Then, in 2008, he lost everything in the financial crisis. His house was foreclosed, and his business went bankrupt. That was when he created the routine that became a global phenomenon. In other words, the man literally came back from the dead and from bankruptcy. If that is not a miracle, then I do not know what is. And before you start thinking, but Carol, I am not a morning person, let me tell you a secret. No one is born a morning person. Not even Marie Kondo, the Japanese organizing expert, who now wakes up at 6:30 and burns incense around the house. Do you think she was always this zen? Of course not. The Savers method that Hal created is brilliant in its simplicity. S stands for silence. It is not about sitting there staring into nothing, it is about strategic meditation. A is for affirmations. And yes, I know it sounds like something from a quantum coach, but it works. V is for visualization. It is literally mentally rehearsing your success. E is for exercise. You do not need to run a marathon. A walk already counts. R is for reading. 10 pages a day, and by the end of the year, you have read 12 books. S is for scribing. That is, journaling for those who like fancy English words. But Carol, you must be thinking, that sounds like a lot of work. And it is. Success takes effort, dear. Do you think Arianna Huffington wakes up without an alarm clock at 5 because it is fun? No. She does it because she understands that those who wake up first get the best slice of the cake. And speaking of Arianna, she has an impeccable night routine, 0 electronics in the bedroom, a relaxing bath, and lavender tea. This woman prepares for sleep like someone preparing for the Oscars. Now, let me tell you something revolutionary that I discovered. Successful women wake up early not because they are masochists, but because they have realized that in the morning no one bothers them. Seriously, your husband is asleep, your children are asleep, your boss is not messaging you, your mother-in-law is not calling. It is just you, with yourself, without interruptions. It is the only moment of the day when you are 100% in control of your time. And there is more. A 2009 study showed that morning people are more likely to set long-term goals. Coincidence? I do not think so. While the night owls are waking up at noon with dark circles and moral hangovers, the morning people have already exercised, read, meditated, and planned their world domination. And speaking of transformation, let me tell you about my course, Look Rich Without Spending Much. Because waking up early is great, but waking up early and still looking like you slept 12 hours in Egyptian silk sheets? That is true power. In the course, I teach all the visual and behavioral codes that wealthy women use, those little secrets that no one talks about, but that make all the difference in how you are perceived and treated. You know that woman who walks into a restaurant and everyone assumes she is a millionaire, but she bought the entire outfit at a fast fashion store? Yes, she knows the tricks I teach. And the best part, It is currently being offered at a promotional price, but just for now, because Elegance has timing, and those who wait too long end up left behind. The link is in the description, but hurry, because this opportunity is like a parking spot at the mall during Christmas. If you hesitate, you lose it. Back to our miracle morning. Did you know that the most powerful CEOs in the United States wake up at an average of 5:30 in the morning? Susan Wojcicki, former CEO of YouTube, wakes up at 4. The woman who used to run the platform where you are watching this video was already awake when the owls were still active. And then there is Oprah's story, which is my favorite. The woman is so rich that she refuses to use an alarm clock. That is right. She trained her body to wake up naturally between 5:30 and 6. When you have $3 billion, even your biological clock obeys you. But what truly won me over in this whole story was realizing that waking up early is not really about the time, it is about intention. It is about deciding that you deserve to start your day for yourself, not for others. When I was teaching at the university, yes, I taught for 3 years and ran away from there as fast as I could. I used to wake up at the last minute, rush through breakfast, and arrive stressed. Today, I wake up 2 hours earlier than necessary. Why? Because I discovered that those 2 hours are more valuable than therapy. And here is the irony. I hate the gym. I only work out because I do not want to gain weight, but I found out that walking in the morning is almost therapeutic. Almost. Let us not exaggerate, but it is true that when you move your body in the morning, your brain works better all day long. That is science, not just some personal trainer trying to convince me to do burpees. Do you know what else no one tells you? Waking up early is an elegant act of rebellion. It is you telling the world, I will not let you dictate my rhythm. While everyone else is reacting to the demands of the day, you have already acted. You have already prepared yourself. You have already protected yourself. And here is a crucial detail I discovered. The quality of your morning determines the quality of your decisions. When you wake up in a rush, you make rush decisions. When you wake up calmly, you make wise decisions. And wisdom, my dear friends, is what separates an elegant woman from a vulgar one. Speaking of vulgarity, do you know what is truly vulgar? Waking up with your phone in your face. That is extremely inelegant. You open your eyes and the first thing you do is check how many likes you got? For the love of Coco Chanel. You are literally starting your day by placing yourself in a position of seeking external validation. That is not elegant. It is pathetic. The elegant woman wakes up, and the first relationship she nurtures is with herself. She meditates, she reflects, she plans. Only after she is centered does she allow herself to interact with the world. That is why Anna Wintour can wear sunglasses in a meeting and no one finds it strange. This woman has so much presence that even the sunglasses become a power statement. And do you know what was my greatest discovery? The miracle morning does not work the same for everyone, but it works for everyone. Confusing? Let me explain. You do not need to follow Hal Elrod's routine to the letter. You can adapt it. I, for example, cannot meditate for 20 minutes. 5 minutes in, and I am already thinking about what I am going to have for lunch, but 5 minutes still make a difference. The important thing is to create your own ritual. It can be making yourself a special coffee. And when I say special, I am not talking about Nespresso. I am talking about preparing it with care for yourself. It can be reading 2 pages of a book. It can be writing down 3 things you are grateful for. Small gestures, big impact. And here is something no one talks about. Waking up early is a class privilege. Yes, let us be honest here. Those who have housekeepers, who have cars, who can afford a gym membership, have a much easier time. But do you know what I found out? Even those without those privileges can create their moment. It can be 15 minutes. It can be just waking up a little earlier. The important thing is to start. But let me tell you an uncomfortable truth. There is a woman who wakes up at 5 in the morning and heads straight to a crowded bus with her lunchbox in her bag. There is another who wakes up at the same time and sips tea from Limoges porcelain while listening to Vivaldi with a view of her garden. Both woke up early, but only one understood that waking up early without a ritual is just sleep deprivation. The difference is not in the hour, it is in the intention. One wakes up because she has to, the other because she chooses to. And choice, my dear friend, is the true luxury. I remember when I was in my worst financial moment. Yes, I, who love beautiful things, have been through hard times. And even then, I used to wake up 30 minutes earlier. Do you know why? Because those 30 minutes were the only time I felt in control. It was my moment of inner luxury, even when everything on the outside was chaos. And I will tell you a secret that separates elegant women from ordinary ones. Waking up early is not just discipline, it is morning aesthetics. The elegant woman does not get up in any random way. Silk pajamas? Not necessary. But a nice cotton set? Yes. A face washed with proper products, not dish soap. Hair tied up with elegance, not that crooked ponytail. She gets ready even to have breakfast alone. Do you know why? Because elegance is a commitment to oneself, not a performance for others. It is about personal standards. When you treat yourself as a priority from the moment you open your eyes, the world gets the message. And let me share a secret that American women have already figured out. Networking happens in the morning. The best deals, the best opportunities, the best connections, all happen at breakfast. While you are on the 10th Instagram story at 10 in the morning, someone is closing the deal you wanted at 7 over an overpriced coffee. The most fascinating part is that once you start waking up early, you begin going to bed early. And going to bed early is the best anti-aging treatment there is. Botox is great, but 8 hours of sleep is better. And free. Well, technically not free because time is money, but you get the idea. Have you ever noticed that woman who walks into a meeting at 9 in the morning and looks like she just came back from a Swiss spa? Her clothes are not even that expensive. They might be well-chosen Zara, but she carries a presence that screams old money. Everyone assumes she has an inheritance. But do you want to know the truth? She just woke up at 5 in the morning, not to spend 2 hours doing her makeup, but to build herself. She meditated, read the Financial Times, did yoga, made her own green smoothie. While you were hitting snooze for the 3rd time, she had already lived a full day of personal development. That is why she shines, and you, well, you just show up. And do you know what else? Waking up early gives you a brutal psychological advantage. When you walk into a meeting already having meditated, exercised, read, and planned your day, your confidence hits differently. It is like carrying a real designer handbag among replicas. Everyone senses there is something unique about you, even if they cannot quite tell what it is. Now, let me be honest, it is not easy, especially for those of us who love a little party, a glass of wine, a dinner that ends late. But do you know what I have learned? You can have both. You can go out on Friday, sleep in on Saturday, but on Sunday, you return to your routine. Flexibility with discipline, not military rigidity. And do you want a foolproof trick to start tomorrow morning? Listen to this. Before going to bed, place a glass of clear water on your nightstand. Next to it, a handwritten note with your full name, yes, handwritten, with a beautiful pen. When the alarm goes off, before thinking about anything else, drink all the water and read your name out loud. Then say, I, your name, chose to be here. This day is mine. Does it sound like a cult ritual? Maybe, but it works. It is pure neuroscience. You are literally programming your brain to take charge before you even brush your teeth. The water activates your metabolism. Your name reminds you who you are, and the statement puts you in control. Simple, free, and transformative. And there is one last thing I want to share. Waking up early made me realize how much time I was wasting. Truly, when you have 2 productive hours in the morning, you suddenly notice that those 3 hours spent scrolling Instagram at night were completely unnecessary. It is like when you start tracking your expenses and realize you are throwing money away on nonsense. The miracle of the morning is not about waking up early. The miracle is discovering that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. It is about surprising yourself. It is about becoming the heroine of your own story, without needing a prince or validation or likes or anything. Just you, the silence of the morning, and the certainty that you are building something great. The sun rises for everyone, but only a few choose to watch it rise. And those few? They are the ones who make a difference. They are the ones who turn elegance into power. They are the ones who understand that waking up early is not a sacrifice, it is an investment. And the return? The return is becoming the woman you always dreamed of being. Because in the end, the miracle of the morning is discovering that the miracle was always you. You just needed to wake up to see it. I have left my affiliate link for the book The Miracle Morning in the description. If this video made you rethink your habit of hitting snooze 47 times, leave a like. If you already have a morning routine that works, comment below. I love learning tricks from smart women. And if you still think waking up early is medieval torture, follow me. One day you will change your mind. Never forget, elegance is a choice, not a coincidence. And those who choose to wake up are the ones who wake up to life. And always remember, while the world is still yawning, you have already chosen to be unforgettable. And there is no alarm clock for that. Only those who wake up to themselves will understand. Because the vulgar are still asleep, the ordinary are still running. But the elegant have already won before the coffee gets cold. Kisses, and see you in the next video.